Later today, the Basketball Hall of Fame will induct Kobe Bryant.
Joining us live with the preview is sports reporter J.R. Jackson. Good to have you here, J.R. How are you?
Good morning. I'm very good. How are you?
We're good, thanks. We're glad you're here to give us some perspective on this. So obviously, usually a Hall of Fame induction, usually very celebratory, a lot of roasting the former players, all of that, but this is different.
Yeah, this is going to be a somber Basketball Hall of Fame induction ceremony later on today. Obviously, Kobe Bryant is going to be inducted along with other superstars, Kevin Garnett and Tim Duncan. But the spotlight is going to be on Kobe Bryant. We know we lost him a little more than a year ago from last year. And this is going to be a celebration of his life, ultimately his basketball life, and even everything that he was getting ready to do as well. It's going to be a different tone.
J.R., Lynette and I were both inside of Staples Center during the memorial service that was held, and we were all shocked when we saw Vanessa Bryant sort of walk in, and then she spoke, which I think was unexpected at the time. She also played a hand in creating this exhibit. How so?
Yeah, she worked with Panini Trading Cards. This exhibit has been 2 years in the works, and they basically highlighted his basketball career. They highlighted what he was currently up to, his Oscar win. They were really getting ready to showcase what he was getting ready to do. So it's not just what Kobe did during his career. It really started to highlight his work after basketball. It's pretty cool. Only Michael Jordan, he's the only player to ever get an exhibit, and that lasted 5 years. So Kobe's now the second.
Well, speaking of Michael Jordan, he was also one who spoke at the memorial, and he's going to take part in the ceremony as well.
He's going to induct Kobe. And you think about the last message. Michael Jordan actually shared the last text message that he received from Kobe. It was over the holidays, and Michael Jordan has a new tequila out, and Kobe thanked him for the gift. And Michael Jordan said, "Hey, you're coaching girls basketball." And Kobe was real keen on letting him know, "Yeah, I'm on the bench right now coaching, and we're beating up this team 45-8. So we know Michael Jordan was a mentor to Kobe, and he will induct him later on today. And Vanessa will, accept that enshrinement, and she will speak again. So it's going to be a real tearjerker later on today.
So, JR, can we just ask you on that topic, if you're going to bring up people like Kobe and Michael Jordan in the same sentence, and why don't we swing LeBron into the conversation as well? As a basketball fan and a sports commentator, how do you rank those three players in terms of who is the greatest? Could one of these people potentially, obviously LeBron would be the only one. You think LeBron can surpass these two basketball players, or has he already?
I wouldn't say that LeBron has surpassed the two of them already. When I think about LeBron James, he might ultimately go down as the most accomplished basketball player ever. I think he has a few more years right in front of him. He has an opportunity to pass Kareem as the all-time leading scorer. He can get to 5 championships. He can get to 6 championships. So I think we'll have a better answer for that question in maybe about 4 years. LeBron might even play in the league the same time as his son. So LeBron's story is not written, it's not done, but he can walk away as the most accomplished. I don't know about the greatest, but most accomplished, definitely.
JR, we always appreciate your perspective. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you in 4 years. I mean, we'll see before that, but we'll talk about that in 4 years. All right, thank you. You can hear more from JR weekdays at 7 p.m. in the JR Sport Brief Show on CBS Sports Radio and also, of course, on radio.com. Always good to talk to you.
Always great talking to JR, yeah.
How many people say to me, like on social media or through email, that they want to see more of him?
Yeah.
They want more sports and they love him.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
He can talk about anything.
Yeah.
You can ask him anything, and he's willing to talk about it.
It doesn't have to be sports.
And he also will give this one grief, which I really like.
We get into it.
That's why Mark likes
I always appreciate
I think we're 1 for 1.
Someone
you
challenges you?
No, I know we're 1 for 1.
Did you ever send him the cookie?
I tried to. It didn't work out.
Oh.
I know.
Oh.
It's tough, man.
I thought he was going to bring it up. I was waiting for him to bring it up. I knew you were like,
the topic was very serious, so we kind of had to stay on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you got to figure out a way to do that.
We got to get him out here.
Okay, then we can give him the cookie.
Then we can give him the cookie.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
deal. All right, that's a better idea.